Hello and welcome to the Devil Cyborg Podcast. It's episode 32 and make sure to get your pyro ready because it's about to be very lit. Never mind, that's an extremely embarrassing intro. Welcome! It's episode 32 and we've got a lot to cover, especially the G1 special and San Francisco event that happened last weekend, as well as Raw, SmackDown, our music album reviews, and the Q&A. But let's kick off with the usual little personal stuff that goes on in my life, because you might be interested in it, who knows. So, what have I been up to this week? Well, not much really. I've been very much on my PC, relaxing a lot this week, not doing much. I've been working on this spreadsheet filled with like loads of like wrestling stats and all that. Kind of like it's like a power ranking on like how many titles they've won and all that, and it kind of like ranks how powerful they were due to their title history. It's kind of things like that. But yeah. But other than that, I did visit my girlfriend this weekend as well. Yeah, I did visit my girlfriend this weekend. Why am I so stupid this? But yeah, we went down to the beach, had a bit of fun. Yeah, not really much happened. It was just very much a relaxed week. It's the summer. We're not expected to do much, are we, really? So yeah. But other than that, that's really all that's happened, really. I've just been relaxing and doing not much. We're on the build to the Texas holiday. That's coming up soon. But for now, it's just kind of making my way through these weeks and relaxing and getting stuff to do, really. So, without further ado, that's all done. Let's kick into one of the main parts of the show, and that is the review of the G1 special in San Francisco. So, it was New Japan's second US event this year, and a lot of people were like, oh, is it going to do as well as Strong Style Evolved did? Because a lot of people were sorry. Like people saying, oh, is it gonna sell out? Is it gonna da 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 and all that? And it looks like it did have a very good turnout for it. And the matches were pretty good as well. And I'll just go over them right now. I do apologize right now. How I'm talking is very, very awkward. So, Bullet Club, King Haku, Tamatonga, Tangaloa, Yujiro Takahashi and Chase Owens defeated Chaos's side of Yoshihashi, Gedo, Rocky Mario, and Sho. I predicted this last time. I did think this is going to happen. Of course, Haku, it's the Bullet Club side. They're like the American ambassadors kind of thing, so I expected them to get the win, and it was quite a fun match, seeing a bit of a spot fest in it. I think it was Gedo who took the pin. I think it must have been Gedo who took the pin, surely. But other than that, all good. Next up, Chaos side of Tomohiro Ishii and Toru Yano defeated Suzuki Gun's side of Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. Now, I don't know if I went for the opposite on my predictions, because Suzuki and Sabre Jr. just become... Suzuki became Undisputed British Heavyweight Champion, and they're also Undisputed British Tag Team Champions. But it was a good match, of course, Ishii showing his stone pitbullness. And it was very, very good, because Zack Sabre Jr. Tried to go for the same finish he did against Toru Yano in their last tag match they had against each other, but Tomohiro Ishii ran in and hit a massive clothesline. No, it was lariat to Zack Sabre Jr., and it was really, really nice. Getting the pin, all good. So, stuff between Ishii and Zack Sabre Jr. in B Block, and Toru Yano and... No. Oh yeah, Toru Yano and Ishii and Zack Sabre Jr.'s block in the G1 Climax. So that should be pretty fun. Suzuki, of course, has a lot of people to go against: Tanahashi, Okada, White, Evil, Bad Luck Fale, Yoshihashi. There's a lot of people. Next up, the third match of the night, we had Bullet Club's Hangman Page and Marty Scurll defeating the side of Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kushida in a match that I was very surprised. I predicted this kind of as it might happen. I think it might happen. Because I referenced like when Hangman Page beat Hiroshi Tanahashi in Ring of Honor. Well, I was like, it could happen. And lo and behold, it did. Hangman Page really pulled out a lot. His buckshot lariat is one of the best things in the goddamn world, to be fair. And yeah, it's good to be pushing him forward. Hangman Page and Hiroshi Tanahashi in the same block in the G1 Climax, so a good build for that. And it could be we might be seeing Hangman Page going over Hiroshi Tanahashi in the G1 Climax, which could be a star-making moment for Page. But of course, it's what we have to see later. Next up, we had the Never Openweight Championship match, the one that a lot of people didn't think stood up to the rest of the card. We had Hiroki Goto, the champion, defeating Jeff Cobb to retain. I don't remember much from it. It was very much a Hoss fight, but it wasn't as good as like a Ishii versus Suzuki. It was just kind of there. I'm not sure about Jeff Cobb right now. A lot of people say like he's a really good indie talent and all that, and he's very good and all that, but I can't see it yet. If like I do get a star-making performance from Jeff Cobb soon, maybe I'll believe it, but at the moment I don't really see it. After that, we had the Young Bucks defeating Los Ingobernables to retain the IWGP Tag Team Championship in a rematch. Very good match as usual. Young Bucks are just really fun workers. I love seeing them wrestle. Very much fun. Also good work from Stardom Evil as well. Evil can really tease an STO. Next up, we had Kazuchika Okada and Will Ospreay face Tetsuya Naito and Bushi, where the Chaos side won. Kazuchika Okada coming out with a new look instead of his Rainmaker gold coat and all that. He came out with like a black tank top, red trousers, and balloons with, I think it was dollar bills or something like that on it. I kind of like it. I like his little outfit change. I think it's a bit of evolution of character, and I do like seeing that. Other than that, fairly good match. Okada and Naito are always going to be rivals. And of course, Bushi got the pin. Bushi took the pin, sorry. Next up, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match between Hiromu Takahashi and Dragon Lee. Hiromu retaining, but not successful, as I'd say. There was a spot in the match where Dragon Lee was going for his signature Phoenix Plex, which was like this package suplex kind of thing, and Dragon Lee accidentally released the suplex before it should have, and Hiromu Takahashi took a hard fall on his neck, which, goddamn, he went on for quite a long while after the injury had happened, and won the match as well with Time Bomb. Apparently he walked out all the way out, and then backstage he collapsed. Hiromu Takahashi dealing with a broken neck, and he will probably be out for 6 months or more, which is very sad. They probably have to relinquish the title at this point, which is it's annoying because a lot of people have been bringing up the thing as, is New Japan too dangerous for it? And I think it was just a botched spot, in honesty. Like, Dragon Lee has lived that move before, nothing bad happened for it. It's just a botched spot that happened. So I think it's not too dangerous, it was just a botch, and I hope Hiromu Takahashi does recover quickly because he is my favourite wrestler in the world. And yeah, great match though, great match, a lot of death-defying spots. Next up, a new champion is here. Juice Robinson defeated Jay White to become the new IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion, the third in history. There was a little spot where they were fighting around inside the ring and accidentally injured Jim Ross, where Josh Barnett actually got really annoyed at either Juice Robinson or Jay White and tried to attack him. So that's what you got to say. It was very much a clusterfuck, a lot of built-up anger between the two in storyline. I'm not sure Who knows? Yeah, very good match. Juice Robinson hitting Pop Friction to get the win. Very good crowning moment for Juice's first ever championship in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and hopefully he can move on from here and have very good reign, I'd think. And finally, the main event, and I would like to talk a bit in depth on this. Main event: Kenny Omega versus Cody. It was a really good match. There was a lot of emotion, storytelling on stage. Cody's back to his brown hair, which is very nice. Cody going very much trying to get any way around Omega by taunting him, putting his wife in the way, cheating kind of thing. Omega just bringing it on and on and on like the fighter he is, and it ends. I mean, we even had a fucking superplex off a ladder, and it wasn't even a TLC match, which says a lot. Oh, and also Cody took a really fucking bad table spot. But Kenny Omega won in the end. And yeah, finished. Cody went out. Kenny Omega hugged with the Young Bucks, then walked back up the stage where Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, and King Haku were. And we had the start of the Bullet Club, the Killing Squad? Killing Squad, yeah. Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, and King Haku betrayed the Bullet Club and attacked Kenny and the Young Bucks. A lot of the other Bullet Club members, Hangman Page, Marty Scurll, Chase Owens, Yujiro Takahashi came out, tried to help, but they were too dominant. And then Cody comes out, and Tama Tonga gives him the chair because he knows, hey, Cody, you hate this man, come on. And Cody's about to do it before he attacks Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, but gets knocked down by Haku, and you just see all of Bullet Club on the floor, on the ring, in waste, while the Killing Squad are hungry and still fresh and above them all. So a very big turn at the end, especially you see a Cody face turn, and then Tama Tonga, the Gorilla's Destiny, King Haku, and now we're seeing also Bad Luck King Fale. It's not his thing before. Bad Luck Fale and Hikuleo Leo Tonga saying this Killing Squad kind of thing. Kind of Civil War thing. We're still going Civil War Bullet Club thing, but this is kind of the stuff things people want to see, like Tama Tonga. He was the OG kind of thing. So very, very good from this. I like to see where it does, because Tama Tonga is in the same block as Omega in the G1 Climax, so it could make something very, very good. Yeah, very good show. Some low points. The Goto Cold match wasn't the best we could, and Hiromu Takahashi did break his neck, which is sad, but a very, very good show overall. I would go over Raw and SmackDown right now, but not really much happened. It was just the go-home show for Extreme Rules. The only thing that was announced is Sanity versus New Day in a tables match on the pre-show. A tables match on the pre-show, people. Like the last time I think we had a gimmick match on a pre-show was the WLC match, which is still probably the match of the year or that year. Other than that, Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens has been booked, and there's going to be a steel cage match. Finn Balor versus Constable Corbin is happening, and James Ellsworth in a shark cage match between Carmella and Asuka. So yeah, but Daniel Bryan did bring back Pyro, so that's all fun. But without further ado, I think I'm just gonna kick it right to the album reviews. I don't want to go over Raw and SmackDown too much. Go home shows never really have much content on it. Also, they're still doing the shitty Sasha Banks Bailey stuff, so not much new. So, what was the last thing which we had to do? I think it's probably... Actually, I don't know. Oh, okay, here it is, yeah. Yeah, okay, so... If I have to count how many I've done... Oh god, I actually have done a lot. I have done 14 different album reviews in the last... That's 2 a day. Hey! I'm getting back to my usual stuff. God. Good. Okay. Woo. So, first up, 100 by The Hunter. If I have to describe this, it's kind of like a mix between rock and alternative, and for some reason I had like a negative view on The Hunter before listening to it. Like, I don't know why. Maybe I heard something or something like that. But 100 is a banging album, to be fair. It's kind of like an edgier 5 Seconds Summer. Like, if you like 5 Seconds Summer and you want it a bit harder, maybe Hunter's for you. The songs are really good to listen to, and it was a great recommendation. It's an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, I'd probably recommend it for you to listen to. Also, Tales from the Back Seat by The Academic. Kind of on the same vein, kind of indie. I think you like an indie. I'm not sure if my viewers like it. Do you like indie music? Leave in the comments below. Do you like indie music? Oh god, I'm a shill. And one nice thing is I've heard one of the singles before, Different, when I was looking through my Discover Weeklies on Spotify with my girlfriend, and we came across it and it was really nice. So listening to that again was really good. It's really charming. All of them are really good bops, and it's something to listen to with friends, or if you're just chilling, it's just very nice to put on. 8 out of 10 as well. Next up, Chameleon by Mans Zelmerlöw. This is a Swedish artist, so you know something's going to be good. The man won Eurovision 2015 for a goddamn reason. Chameleon is such a beautiful album that has such great pop hits, ballads, and it has the European blend to it. Like, you know, when you can hear something and you think, yeah, that's Europop, or that's European kind of thing. It is really good, and I was enjoying it so much as I was listening to it. I was like, damn, this is really fucking good. I would probably shove this album in your face and go, look, listen to this right now. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. It really surprised me. Next up, Ultraviolet by 3LAU. 3LAU maybe? I don't know. It's a fairly good EDM album. It has a whole host of features, so it's very varied in its content. It also features my kind of like potential pick for like future success, Max, MAX, if you ever heard of him. Hell's Kitchen Max, lovely. The beats are great and the songs sound really good. However, it does feel like it is lacking in some places. It's very good. I would suggest you have it a little try, but do be aware it isn't as good as some other EDM albums that I've recommended before. 7 out of 10, fairly good. Next up, we've got 2 albums. I'll just go one by one. The 2 albums by Soundgarden. The first one's Super Unknown. This was the last album I had reviewed for a day, so I was doing loads of albums one day, and then it hit with this, and I was like, oh no. It's just not as good as the other ones I'd reviewed on that day. The rock's okay, but it really gets drawn out. It's boring, kind of tedious at points, and it's also an hour and 10 minutes. It's just, I don't like really long albums. Like an hour and 10, like if it's lots of songs that's short, I'm happy with that. But not something that's really drawn out. 5 out of 10. King Animal by Soundgarden, the other album I reviewed from that. I just don't enjoy Soundgarden. It's not good. The music isn't bad, it's just really not my cup of tea. I've grown to really dislike hour-plus albums, especially when it's rock, because rock does, when it's an hour long on rock, you know there's a lot of, like, drawn-out, like, instrumental parts. And unfortunately, Soundgarden falls into the category of, like, drawn-out stuff. Next up, Blood Sugar Sex Magic by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now, I enjoy some Red Hot Chili Pepper songs, like Can't Stop, Dark Necessities, even Under the Bridge, which is in this album. This is one of the rare occasions where I didn't finish an album. I couldn't. Would it have changed my score if I did listen to the whole thing? Probably not. Despite a fucking banger of song in Under the Bridge, as I said, the rest of Blood Sugar Sex Magic sounds really samey and at the same time irritating. Even their hit song Give It Away, like, you've all heard Give It Away, Give It Away, Give It Away now. It was only really good for a minute, really. I feel very shortchanged for listening to this. 4 out of 10, it wasn't really good at all. Next up, Etherwood by Etherwood. Yes, it was fairly good. When I started to hear the familiar sounds of drum bass, I kind of like drum bass. I I don't know why, it's kind of like it's kind of like the little beat it has. I really like it. I felt I was really going to enjoy the album. I pretty much did. The album was quite long. Even though it's EDM, it was quite long. And I did have to pause at points because I was just a bit bored of it and I wanted to do something else. But it did surprise me of what it was going to be like, so very good by that, 7 out of 10. Next up, Lambert by Lampert. We're loving our self-titles today. This is from one of my most trusted suggestors. I don't know how high he is right now. Yeah, he's dropped down to 9 out of 32, but he's still the person I kind of go to. We just ignore his Avenged Sevenfold stuff. This was far from what I expected. Normally when I go to the suggester, he has like some rock stuff or like some guitar stuff, and I'm like, yes, rocks and all that. This was soothing piano instrumentals. The furthest away you could probably get from rock. I absolutely loved the relaxation it brought me, as well as it being 20 tracks on this album, but only 40 minutes long. I was so happy about that. If you ever need to revise or need something in the background during work, just listen to Lambert by Lambert, because it's such a nice album. It's 9 out of 10 for me. Next up we have Saturation 2 by Brockhampton. I've already reviewed their most recent album released, Saturation 3. So going to this was very similar in style. You have the great beats, the rap that just takes you over, and some really great lyrics that just encapsulate you in the moment. Even though I did love Saturation 2, Saturation 3 I enjoyed a lot more. It doesn't say much, so this was still a great album to listen to, and I would suggest it an 8 out of 10. Next up, the Phineas and Ferb album by various artists working at Disney. It was a slight nostalgia trip, you know, remembering all the songs they had made for this TV show. Like, I watched this as a kid, and I was like, oh, these songs, yes. Despite its cheesiness and some simple tunes, as well as a lot of the songs being under a minute, it does give you... despite its cheesiness and some simple tunes, as well as a lot of the songs being under a minute, it does give you the full-length version of the theme song by band Bowling for Soup, and has a lot of fan-favourite songs. And although I do love listening to this for fun, it does fall into like the PJ and Duncan level of cheesiness. And if you read my reviews, like I think it was my second review, Psyche by PJ and Duncan, if you ever listen to that, it's kind of the same cheesiness. Yeah, it's fair enough. But no, it was a great decision to end the album with You Snuck Your Way Right Into My Heart by Love Handle. Great decision, 6 out of 10. Next up, Smoke and Mirrors by Imagine Dragons. Now, I'm a very big Imagine Dragons fan. I haven't been to a gig of theirs, and I totally ignored Smoke and Mirrors when it was released. But I've never listened to this whole album. Never. Like, even after I ignored it, I'd never listened to it. So, it does have some good songs, which are pretty much the first 5 songs, and Warriors, the last song on it. The rest of the album pretty much bores me, especially when you go from I Bet My Life, which is really, like, upbeat, to such a drab song in Polaroid. And another point, why do a 6-minute song near the end of the album called The Fool, which isn't going to be the last song of the album? You don't do 6 minutes and then have Warriors right after. It was an absolute miss for Imagine Dragons, despite the great hits that did come out of it. 6 out of 10. Next up, the Friends EP by Grabbits. I'm quite a big fan of Grabbits after reviewing a lot of this stuff. Better with time, things change, really good. I was really looking forward to this EP, and it was fairly good and brought forward what I expected, and it was great background music for when I was working. Unfortunately, it didn't reach the heights the other 2 albums had reached, with me wanting just a little more. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy the album, but from what I've heard before, there was much lacking for a great Grabbits EP. 7 out of 10 for that. And the last one, Moshi Moshi by Mo Shop. Just fun. I do accept all suggestions, and when I accepted this, I was very much, I'm gonna hate this. But it's okay. It's okay. Despite the questionable motives behind lyrics and generally uncomfortable intros and outros of the album, music isn't half bad. I mean, I wouldn't re-listen to this album ever, but it didn't make me hate EDM. So that's fair enough. 5 out of 10 for that. And that's all the album reviews done. Woohoo. So yeah, with that all done, we have 5 minutes left. So let's zoom through the Q&As, and we have some nice little questions here. First off, is lasagna just a pasta cake? I mean, yes, it has layers, and yeah, it has to be. Yeah, lasagna is just a pasta cake. God, if I ever have an Italian friend, that's what I'm doing for their birthday. I'm just like, here's your cake. This is lasagna. I know it's pasta cake. Yeah, lasagna's pasta cake. Thank you for enlightening me on the situation. I will now always refer to lasagna as pasta cake. This is what the show's come to. Pasta cake. Anyway, what's your favourite movie and genre and why? I've probably answered this a million times before, either on a survey on this podcast or to anyone. My favourite movie ever is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It's a fun comedy movie directed by Edgar Wright, which features Michael Cera in the title role. It's just really good for its whole editing and jokes and all of it. It's just really fun, and I really enjoyed it when I watched it, and I keep enjoying it every time I watch it. For my favourite genre, probably comedy, I'd say. I do like comedy movies. Like, there are some good stuff, but I do enjoy a bit of comedy in my movies. Like Deadpool, it's a good action movie, but it's also good comedy. Who's your favourite drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race? Okay, I best get a little camp. My favourite queen from RuPaul's Drag Race is Season 8's Kimchi. I don't know why, it was the first season I ever watched, and I instantly connected with Kimchi. I did also like Naomi Smalls from that season, but I'd have to say that I think I connected to Kimchi a lot more. Just the whole art thing, kind of not being that confident in yourself, just really rubbed with me the right way. So yeah, Kimchi from Season 8. Next up, love you, Devil. Who is a better? Yoshihashi or Toriano? I mean, first off, thank you for saying love you. I love you too. Second off, I probably have to go for... I have to go for Toriano, because he's technically, by the kayfabe and amount of titles he won, Toriano is better. Like, he's won in Noah, he's won in New Japan, he's won titles. Yoshihashi, I'm not sure if he's won a title, except for the Never Openweight Trios thing. So I'll probably have to go Toriano, even though he does like to cheat and do a bit of that. He's just the mastermind, he's a trickster, you know? If the world is ending and you can only save yourself, your family, and 10 other people, who would you choose? Probably the England football team minus Raheem Sterling, you know? I mean, come on, no. Nah, that's a shit one. I don't know about 10 other people. Like, it's very hard to pick 10 other people. Like, my girlfriend would be one, and then maybe like 9 other people from like Discord servers I know. Like, meet them, save them, you know, all that. So yeah, very difficult question, I must say. 10 people. What is the possibility of Yoshihashi getting a title run in New Japan Pro Wrestling? Yes, this is a serious question. If I have to go for that, I think it's likely he gets a Never Openweight run, but that is it's a chance. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but he could. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I'd say probably like a 50% chance he gets Never Openweight, but nothing else. Next up, how would you book last up, sorry. How would you book Andrade Almas in WWE? If I had to book Andrade Almas in WWE, I'd probably influence his style of lucha. Like, he was La Sombra in CMLL, and he did have a banging match against Sin Cara as the main event of SmackDown Live, so I'd say go on to that, play up to his lucha, impress the crowd with his moves, but still have Zelina Vega in his corner to make him hated by the crowd. So yeah, that's how I'd book him. Just embrace the lucha. Anyway, thank you all for listening to the Devil Cyborg Podcast, episode 32. We'll be coming out with another episode in fucking 7 days' time. So yeah. Other than that, have fun. Make sure to tip your waitress, and I will talk to you all soon. Goodbye.